Hey everybody, it is Sunday, June 7th, and it's time for my sketchbook review. We have a lot to go over today, so I'm just going to kind of get right into it. I'm going to go over my sketches first and see how we're setting on time, and then I kind of want to go over these different pens that I've been using. Off and on, I've got 3 different kinds. Let's see, let's go ahead and do this. First thing is we did get some good sketching in. I felt kind of bad after last week's video. Like, it felt kind of doomy and gloomy a little bit. I just wasn't feeling spiffy, I guess. So, I was like, alright, well, if drawing is going to make me feel better, then let's go ahead and draw. So I did. And I started working on character designs for that original character that I was talking about before. I want to redesign her just because my style overall, like, trying to match it again is not going to be possible. I've kind of grown in my style a bit, and I need to find something that's going to work as far as my humans go. So I'm going to be rehashing all of these designs, which kind of sucks because I had them all done and now I have to do them all again, but that's what happens when you go a couple years without working on a project. So I started off with Clara, and I've come to find out it's like the eyes I'm just not thrilled with. I'm going to do some research. I think I'm just going to adjust my style a little bit more to make it a little bit like more streamlined, a little bit cleaner, and not so much like this atypical weeb anime looking thing that I see so much of. I really like the Avatar style, Avatar The Last Airbender and The Legend of Korra, just because things are so clean. So I do have the Avatar The Last Airbender art book that I can pull out, and I really would like to get my hands on The Legend of Korra, but I think that they did an art book for each season, so I might see what I can do as far as getting my hands on that. Maybe I can find them used or something. But anyway, whatever. So I was working on Clara here, and I kind of got frustrated with myself. I'm normally really good at drawing humans because that's what I did for, I don't know, ever, and now I'm just like not good at it anymore. But it could have also been an off day, which is more likely the reason. And I continued on trying to draw Clara, and finally I was like, you know, instead of getting upset about the fact that I can't draw Clara, or I can't seem to get a style I like with her, let's draw something I do know how to draw. So I moved on to drawing Cherry, because again, she's one of my defaults. And yeah, so I drew Cherry, and then I drew Jasper and Cherry, and I took some, this was on Monday, I believe, during our last renal lecture. So I was taking notes, you know, like oliguria and azotemia and acidosis, and this was actually a question that we had to put in order, and I just kind of put it in order, but then I remembered, oh well, what are you going to see first? I can't, you know, I don't know what the numbers represent, so I wrote them down real quick. It was pretty cool. I did really good on that test, by the way. I got 94%, so yeah, rocked it out. And then I was feeling a little bit more loose, so I drew Carmine and Ray. And Ray's eating a hot dog, and he's got a little soda, and then Carmine's just trying to be all Rico Suave, and he's working with his doof partner here, who just like is anything but. So yeah, I have fun drawing them. And then I drew a Dirty Ducks that I put up on Tumblr, and it's Julius and Amy, who are my, well, Amy's my character, Julius is GS's character, but them together, like, I don't know, they're sort of a terrible couple. They're terrible at each other, but in a sense, because they're both terrible people, it works out. But yeah, basically he's just not the kind of guy who's going to pay for anything himself, and she's a stripper, so really, like, it looks like he's reaching into her pocket, which I guess is a little bit more PG-13, but really he's reaching into her G-string to take out the money that he assumes is there, and it just so happens there was some money there. I don't try to justify or explain anything about Amy, but yeah, you know, and she's just kind of being cute, minding her own business for a change. Normally she's the one being the jerk, but he gets to be the jerk in this one. So, and I just, yeah, I hammered this out, I think, on Monday too. It was in the middle of class, and I was trying to take a picture of it without my teacher seeing so I could hurry up and put it on Tumblr. But the Dirty Birds line is just something I kind of do for fun. It's not even like consistent. It's usually on lined paper, but if I get an idea in the middle of class, I usually doodle it, but, you know. Initially, I put it up, I didn't have any color in Amy's hair. Usually, I have a blue pen with me that I always keep for my, for keeping my, planner, because I use different colors in my planner to sort of keep myself on track. So I always have a blue pen that I can use to shade her, and she's the only one who gets shaded in, but, yeah. So this has been up, so people have seen it. And then I came home and I was still feeling kind of blue, so I was like, you know, let's draw a happy picture. So I drew Jade and Inflatable, and yeah, I don't know, like, I know so little about Inflatable as a character, but I already totally adore her as a character. I don't know, like, part of me is like, I get sad because, like, the premise of the character is like this, it always, I don't know, it seems to default back to this woe is me thing, and I'm not a big fan of that altogether. Sorry, my arm's right there in the way, isn't it? I don't really necessarily like characters with that sort of mentality, because I had that mentality for so many years, and it took me a long time to get out of it. So I think that's why I avoid characters with that sort of mentality. But I don't know, with Inflatable, I'm just happy with her. Like, I don't know, something about her. Like, I still go for the underdog typically, and she strikes me as an underdog, but she also strikes me as like the kind of person who's just genuinely good, like, at heart. And I don't know, I can't hate a character that is genuinely good at heart, just kind of isn't necessarily like the best to themselves. Like, because we all get down on ourselves sometimes, and we all lack esteem every now and then, more often than not sometimes. But, you know, what can you do? And again, Inflatable is Gray of PTA's character, so not even really my character. I just drew my character with her. Because honestly, Jade is always like, she's not a down character. She tends to be more optimistic and more eager to help, despite her, like, wanting to be like a bad guy or whatever. Despite her stealing tendencies, she is still at heart a genuinely good person and genuinely wants to help other people. And I feel like her and Inflatable would, like, mesh on that level, even if Inflatable's weirded out by her. I mean, I would be weirded out by her, but whatever. Anyway, so I just kind of doodled this, and it actually made me feel a lot better to doodle it, because I was able to put it on Twitter and Tumblr, and then I was like, yeah, I did an awesome fan art, and it turned out halfway decent, and I'm happy. Even though her arm, Jade's arm, is like super low. It actually should be like, but whatever. I wasn't really thinking. I just kind of slapped this out before I went to bed because I had clinical the next morning. But it's me happy with it. And I thought about finishing it, but then lazy kicked in, and I was like, oh, never mind, I won't. Alright, so this I started on Thursday, I think, because what I'm finding is on Tuesdays and Wednesdays I don't do very much drawing, and here's why. Tuesdays and Thursdays are my clinical days, and I'm under a ton of stress, and really those are the days I should be drawing, but there's just so much paperwork involved between Tuesday and Wednesday. I have a 6-page clinical focus, definitions, meds, outcomes, nursing diagnoses, interventions, and I have to look all that stuff up, and I have to reference all that stuff, and I have to write all that stuff, because we can type it, but we don't get as many points for typing it as if we hand wrote it. So I handwrite everything, mostly because it helps cement it in my mind, and I plan on doing a thing over the summer where I take all of my clinical focuses that I've gotten back and go through them and see where I've failed and where I've done better and where I've progressed, and then I want to type them all for my last semester. So they're right there and ready to go if I need them. But I started this on Thursday after my test. I didn't know my grade, so I just kind of came home and started doodling. I was like, you know, what's done is done. I felt good coming out of the test, like I knew a lot of stuff, but I was listening to the other students talking, and I was looking at them. I was like, that's not the answer I picked. They picked a different answer, and it's more than one of them. I'm like, no, did I screw up again? Well, it turns out that I didn't screw up. I got a 94%, so I only got 3 wrong. And I know one of them was a math problem because I didn't round. Oh my god, there's so many rules for math. I didn't round. It was like, so annoying. It was like 5.25 and you're supposed to round it to 5.3 because bombs only go to the 10th place and you have to round. And I didn't do it, so I lost a point there. A point that could have easily have been, you know, I could have gotten if I just slowed my butt down and listened or read. But whatever. I got the math right though. It was a really difficult problem. It was like multi-step. It was like 6 steps. And I was like, oh my god, I think this is the right answer. I quit. And then as soon as I circle it, I'm done. I never look at, well, I do check my math, but that's it. Anyway, back to the art. So this was more Clara, a little bit older. Like in the original sketch I showed you guys, she's like a kid. Because she goes through stages throughout the series that we've planned, and she's kind of like a teenager in this one, and we have to change a lot of stuff up, and honestly her bust is still too big because she's never going to be that big, but I need to come up with a different hairstyle and stuff like that, because I think it's in her teen years is where she starts visiting other kingdoms and things like that. So it's all stuff that we have to plan out, and I just want to get it all done. But I have to take my time. And then this was supposed to be like Clara and Delvin. And he tends to be very lighthearted with her. They're very good friends. Like, I'm not a big fan of any instance where like dudes kiss girls even in jest. And it's something that they're very uncomfortable with. But with these two, they actually have that kind of relationship where he can give her a kiss on the cheek or whatever, and even though she acts disgusted with it, she is okay with it because they are that close of friends. And that is just how we have developed the two to be. But like, he wouldn't do it obviously if he thought that she would have a problem with it. Like, there's lots of stuff that he's gonna end up doing to her, like pushing her into like bodies of water and things like that, just because. I mean, but they grew up together, and that's gonna be the whole thing though, is that they have a very close relationship. But that is it for this week, because I did this last night before I played World of Warcraft with Aaron, because he asked me to. And I can't really say no to him. But I also gave you guys a bonus video this week, and it's that color image of Sesshomaru, which I have here, all in its finished glory. See, I even rounded the corners on it, just to make it super fancy. There's a little trimming there. But this is it. I was actually concerned because this is that comic Bristol. I was for sure that the water was going to seep through, and it turns out it didn't. Let's misspeak a little bit more. It turns out that it didn't. Actually, the Copics went through, and the water was fine. So there's learning for the week, is that watercolor on this Bristol board does relatively well. I mean, if I'd have kept it thinner, like, I think the reason I don't like it is it got muddy down here, and that's because the pigment is too thick and not enough water. Whereas up here, it's nice and smooth and gorgeous, darling. Love it. But this is the finished picture. It might look, hopefully, a little bit better than the scan did. Like, the scan, like, I tried to edit the levels in Photoshop, but I don't like doing that because I like you guys to see how it actually looks. But it never looks right, so, like, even through my little LCD thing here, it looks like it's too orange, but it's really not that orange. It's like, why can't you just show it accurately? But I don't even know what I'm going to do with this. I finished it and I was like, okay, well now I have a finished piece of art. What am I going to do? Okay, I'll throw it in a folder and never look at it again. And it's probably what's going to happen. Unless somebody wants to buy it. But yeah. So that's been the art for the week. And I do plan on doing a small live stream, I think tonight. I do have that picture of Cherry I wanted to do. But I'm not 100% sure on if I'm going to do it or not. And even if I did, someone had asked that I let everybody know on like YouTube and stuff when I'm going to be doing a live stream. I really can't because I don't plan them out, and I have no way to send like alerts and everything that I'm aware of. I haven't really figured it out yet, so unfortunately. And that and my live stream can only hold 10 people anyway, so I try not to announce it real big and huge and gargantuan. Like, I let people know on my Tumblr and I let people know on my Facebook, and that's about it. Yeah, I let people know on my DeviantArt too. But really, I don't get 10 people. I think at the most I get is 5. But I really don't care because I live stream for the benefit of people to see. But it's mostly for my fun. And if it doesn't stay fun, then I stop the stream. And if people complain, then I stop the stream. And if I'm tired, I stop the stream. So that's just kind of the way it goes. But alright, let's get into this other stuff real quick. I'm at 15 minutes, so let's try and keep it around 20. So as you can see here, these are my Copics up here, the Copic swatches. But then we have these souffle pens, which give a very nice bright color pigment onto toned papers and things like that. And that would be these pens right here, and they come in a multitude of colors. They come in a pack, so I was able to get a pack. And they kind of have this pastel-y sort of not reflective cap like you would well, not even these, because these are, because you did, there is supposed to be a white that comes with this. Actually, it's right here. So that's kind of my hint that they're actually very reflective inks if they don't have a reflective pen, because if you take a look at these, which you can kind of see are shining a little bit in the light. Oh, there we go. You can see it right there in the purple really good. And then this right here is a white, just a regular jelly roll with a reflective cap. It does not reflect like the way that the souffle pens do. So it doesn't have sort of that reflective surface to it. And it's the same with the regular black jelly roll. And there is a black, but it looks more gray. So let's change this way. See, it's kind of like a metal gray. So what can you do? So there's those pens. So those are like for outlining or even writing or whatever on not white surfaces. But what you have to do is you have to give it a minute, because when you put the ink down initially, it doesn't look like it's going to work. It just looks like it saturates the paper. But if you give it a few minutes, over time, it like solidifies up. It's really cool to watch. And then we have our metallics, which are next in line. They do have a sheen to them, a metallic-y sheen to them. It's like a soft glitter, I would call it almost. And I'm missing one that I used on this Sesshomaru picture, but the rest of them are here. And they do come in a pack of 6. But these ones are deceiving because you get the glitter ones. You think you're grabbing the glitter ones, and you're not. I got these on accident. I didn't even want them. So, yeah. But the sparkly caps are what are supposed to be like metallic reflection or whatever. But these ones look really nice too, though. I want like for water scenes and things like that. These would be ideal for adding like bubble accents and things like that. Jewelry accents. You could actually do like pearls and things like that with these. That's like this metallic brown is actually, it looks more gold to me. So I probably would use that for like pearls and things of that nature, or even a gold necklace or something like that, just to add some accents and to add that extra dimension to the artwork. And then last but not least, the ones I wanted, which are my glitter pens. And I got a pack of 6 of these. Now, I got these here. I got these at Michael's, but I know that they sell them at Walmart too. I wasn't, like I said, I wasn't intending... Well, I did want to buy these ones. These ones I grabbed at Joann Fabrics thinking that they were the glitter pens. I'm pretty sure that they said metallic somewhere on the packaging. I already tossed it out, but it's just my mistake. I didn't read. But this was all that they had besides like the shadow and stuff like that. And that's like another version of these, I think. So I grabbed these at Joann Fabrics, and they were a little overpriced, but whatever. And then I grabbed these at Hobby Lobby. This was the last pack. They're very popular among scrapbookers. So I grabbed these and I love them. I'm dying to use them in artwork because if you see, they do add so much glitter. Such the glitter. I love it. Look at it. Shiny, 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 shiny. You can see it so well. Oh, look at that. We're over 20 minutes. But in particular, now the bad part about this is the glitter does come off and it does kind of stick to your skin a little bit. But it's not like all of it comes off. So it's not horrible like glitter bomb sort of glitter. It's just like a subtle glitter, but most of it for the most part stays on the paper. Yeah, well, since we're already over 20 minutes, we'll just keep going then. I am thinking about some contests this summer. I've picked up, this is a 3-pack of Moleskine plain journals that I want to do artwork on the front of. This is a 2, I only got 2 in this one because I use the other one as a swatch, and this is the journal, so it's the lined paper. And I want to decorate the covers. I need ideas though. I have no idea what to put on the front. So if you guys have any suggestions, go ahead and leave them in the comments and I'll take them into consideration. And then I found this on super duper clearance, and it's just a handmade, it's beautiful guys. Oh, I just want to touch it. It is a handmade watercolor book. It's bound at the top, and you can see that it's kind of a nice, rough, coarse, beautiful watercolor paper. That it's hand cut and handmade. It is just lovely. And it was on super duper clearance. So I was like, you know something? I'll pick it up possibly for a contest prize. Honestly, what I'm hoping is that I'll change my mind and keep it for myself. But I would rather use it as a contest, because if you see, I got it for $6.47. It was on originally $17.99. But I realized that I need to maybe do something to kind of promote my channel a little bit more. And a contest tends to draw in a pretty big crowd. Now, if I was giving away like Copics or something, I know that that would definitely draw in a crowd. My problem is Copics are so expensive that I don't know that necessarily that I could afford it. But every now and then we do have Copics go on clearance at my Hobby Lobby. So I guess if I just kind of keep an eye out. I would like to do a giveaway though. Maybe my 100th subscriber. I would rather wait till my 1000th subscriber, but I feel like that's going to be forever. So for now, maybe I'll just aim for 100 and just make it a small giveaway. Maybe just the handcrafted sketchbooks, and maybe this is like an extra for the grand prize, or maybe a pack of these because they, I guess, weren't too bad. But or at least these, I can give out these because these come in 2 packs, both of them, the black and the white come in 2 packs, and they're relatively cheap. They're like $6. Or I could buy them individually too. I guess it's just a big wait and see. Like I said, I've got my commissions open to get like revenue to do things like that, and you know, pay bills, but mostly revenue for this sort of thing. But we'll see, because I think that I think honestly just doing the custom sketchbooks and journals would be enough for a contest. Because then I could have multiple winners. I could have at least 5 winners. And that would make me feel like maybe 5 winners for that, and then maybe like a Sakura jelly roll to go with it or something. Just something small and fun. Because the shipping, I don't know that I would limit it to just the US or not. I would want to just to save on shipping, but I know that a lot of my viewers are actually from Canada. So, I love Canadians. You guys watch my channel. Anyway, whatever. But that is it for this week. Just a heads up, it is going into, I have 2 more tests and then I have a final exam coming up. We're heading into the last couple weeks. I have managed to get myself ahead. I've got my paperwork done for my clinical, so the rest of it's just like my clinical focuses, which I do every week. And I've got 3 more weeks, which is 5 more sessions of clinical, and then I'm done for the summer. So I have 2 more clinical focuses to do, and my out rotations are complete, so I'm not stressing about, oh my god, I'm gonna go to pre-op, I have no idea what I'm doing, or oh my god, I'm going to the blood lab and I don't know what I'm gonna be doing, and all that stuff. So that stress is kind of gone, but I still need to pass the class. I'm passing right now, and I'm doing relatively well now that I got a good grade, so I just need to keep it up. But that's that's my video for this week. So if you enjoyed what you saw, go ahead and like and subscribe. Comment below. Go ahead and let me know if you guys have any ideas on what you would like to see like on the front of like a notebook like this. I do have like, I could do like cute mermaids or Pokemon or something. That wouldn't be too difficult. And I will write my ideas. I got some ideas in here already. Yeah, so I'm actually using this guy. Yeah, so go ahead, like and subscribe, comment, and yeah, I guess just have a nice week. And it's just, we're gonna go into this week with positive thoughts. It's gonna be a good week. So I will see you guys next week, unless I think of another video to do like on Thursday again. But I'm kind of thinking maybe this week we'll just stick with the sketchbook review. But alright, I'll see you guys later.